Whoa! What's going on here?
Hey, mister. Well, I just hit level 30 in League of Legends.
No shit!
Now, I can play ranked matches and prove everyone in the world that I'm the best player ever!
Not so fast, you little cock gobbler. We don't want you getting butt-fucked by a buffalo on St. Patrick's Day. So allow me to introduce to you Mr. KegStand's, a 3-time seasoned solo queue rank player who knows a thing or two that will help you to not suck a bag of donkey dicks through a straw. We don't want you to enrage your teammates because you have no clue what the fuck you're doing.
Well, that sure sounds swell. I don't want to piss anybody off.
Of course you don't. Let's get this show on the road.
Freaking great. It's freaking fantastic. You know, maybe if the douchebag Ari was paying more attention to her freaking lane than she did the chat, she wouldn't have been bent over and filled out with more cream than a double-stuffed Oreo. What a hooker.
Hello, Mr. KegStand. We're actually rolling like I said we would be.
Dude, do you ever knock? I almost spit up my yingling. Oh, Christ, man. Anyways, yeah. Excuse me. Anyways, how's it going there, little...
His name is Little Winston.
His name is Winston? His name is Winston. It's kind of an odd name, not gonna lie. But anyways, how's it going, Winston? You hit level 30. You wanna start getting into rank matches. That's great, man. Congratulations. So let me ask you a couple questions just so I can gauge where you're at, and we'll move on from there. So how many champs do you have?
Well, I have 2 champs. Master Yi and Scion and Ramus.
Okay, wait a minute. You just said that you own 2 champs, but then you rattled off 3 champion names. I'm a little... You know what? Forget about that. That's not really important, how many champs you own right now. That can be worked on later. But you at least were saving your influence points from winning your matches and stuff, so you can buy those cool tier 3 runes for all the champs you're going to need to learn, and to buy multiple rune pages, right? I mean, you didn't spend any of that money on those cheap tier 1 and tier 2 runes. Those things are worthless.
Well, I bought 2 runes when I was 18, 21, 25, and then I figured I didn't have to learn any other champs.
You gotta be shitting me! You have 2 champions, possibly 3 champions to your name. We don't even know because you sound utterly confused by it yourself. It sounds like you spent all your influence points on crap tier 1 and tier 2 runes as you were leveling up. So that's going to set you back even further because you're going to need IP to buy new champions. You're going to need IP to buy new rune pages. You're going to need IP to go pee. That's just... you. And you want to get into ranked matches? Ugh. God, Mr. Training voice guy behind the camera. Why do you do this shit to me, man? What have I done to you? I thought we were friends. I share my yingling with you. We have food sometimes. It's a freaking zoo with you, man. You need to get it together. Seriously.
Whoa.
Oh, Christ.
Don't drag me into this. Look, it's little Winston. He doesn't know.
Oh, God damn it. Alright, Winston. Shut your dick with that shit and listen the fuck up. Because I'm going to drop some knowledge on your little pea brain that's going to help you to get ready for ranked matches, alright? As it stands, for some god-awful reason, with my terrible luck, you'll just end up in one of my matches, and I want to come down to wherever the hell it is that you're living and punch a hole through your mom's face for having you and ruining my life, okay?
Sure thing, mister. I want to be the best!
Alright, the number one thing, and this is probably the most important thing that I'm going to have to say to everybody here, is lose the goddamn God complex, alright? That's the biggest problem with anybody trying to improve in this game. You think you're God's gift to League of Legends, and guess what? You're not.
That's right. You aren't Raptor Jesus sent down from the heavens above to save the day, so knock this crap off. You seriously want to improve your gameplay? Then you're going to have to get over yourself, the stupid ego you've developed, and actually realize that you're your own biggest problem at this point. Even the pros don't think they're the best at what they do because they understand that by recognizing their own faults, they're able to then improve upon their own skill sets even more. You will most likely suffer a bronze level hell ranking if you refuse to come to terms with this. Seriously, the sooner you drop this bad habit, the sooner you'll see improvements in your gameplay, and your overall attitude.
Alright, the number 2 thing that you're going to need to understand is you'll need at least 16 champions before you're even allowed to get into ranked matches.
It's a pretty intimidating list, isn't it? And the list keeps growing with champions as the weeks go by. So gathering 16 champs isn't the hardest thing to do. I mean, even if you haven't been saving your influence points, it doesn't really make a difference. You can pick and choose whoever you want, and not everybody is 6,300 points to begin with. So there are some champs on the list that are pretty affordable. You might even be able to buy a lot of 10 of them or so at a time if you have the IP lying around. If not, that's still okay. Just go ahead and play some quick Dominion matches or something until you have all the influence points that you need.
The third thing I'm going to recommend to everybody is to do some goddamn research. This is pivotal. It's really important.
Would you ever go into a test for school not knowing the material? Or a job interview not knowing what the job is even about? No? Then why the hell would you do it just because it's a video game? And if you argue that yes, you would, then you probably fail at everything. Or you were dropped on your head half a dozen times as an infant and are missing a significant amount of brain cells. In that case, you're probably okay. Actually, you know what? Hell no. Get the hell out. Do your research, people. There is so much material, so easily accessible to all of us through the internet. There's just no excuse for the lack of preparation on just about any level here. Watch people streaming on Twitch TV for commentary. Check out some of the ridiculous amounts of guys that the pros like Team Solo Mid, Dignitas, and Curse create for people just like you who are trying to improve upon their overall gameplay. Talk to people on the forums, for Christ's sakes. There's guides even there. It's not that hard. Just do it.
Alright, the fourth thing that I'm recommending everybody do is learn at least 1 or 2, you probably should learn 3, champions per role in the game.
People who don't know multiple roles and enter ranked matches in solo queue should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. They deserve to burn in the fiery pits of hell in Bronze Division. Congratulations, you leveled up playing only AP mid but only know how to play a mediocre fiddle. If I was on the opposite team and saw this, I would pick Ziggs, Zyra, Lux, Mal's, Ari, or pretty much just about anybody else that can mid lane and stomp your face in the mud every time. Point being, you should know at least a minimum, in my opinion, of 3 champs per role. Pretty well, too. This way, you can at the very least create a better lane matchup or a team comp, and in the end, it'll just help out that much more. You're in the solo queue. Due to pick orders, you won't always get to do the role you know or call. Even the pros know multiple roles outside of their expertises. You want to be a better player? Then you'll need to do this, period. I'll get into the importance of knowing multiple roles and champs in more depth in another episode.
The fifth thing on the order list here I'm going to be recommending is having your runes and your mastery pages set up. This is pretty important when you're playing, and, everybody's got to have them.
Runes and masteries are important as hell. Let me just tell you, showing up to a match with having the wrong masteries set up or having the wrong runes set up for your champion, well, it can ultimately cost you the match. So if you're having trouble with any of your masteries or your skills, or you just don't know what type of runes and stuff to buy, get online, do a Google search, hit up that Mobifier, and see what setups are for some other players and some of their suggestions. Of course, you should take into consideration your personal playstyle and adjust it accordingly, because that also comes into play and something to think about. For example, let's say someone wants to play Tarek as a cooldown reduction caster with AP, so they set up their runes and masteries that way. There's nothing wrong with that. My playstyle with him is more tanky, so I set him up with tank runes, health, and the masteries follow suit.
So, these points that we just went over, these are things that I've been also practicing, and it's been showing in my gameplay. I've been eliminating a lot of big mistakes, and there's still a lot of stuff I need to learn, but at least I'm making progress. I've actually moved up from Division 3 Bronze. Ugh, the worst. If you see my update, I was working up through Division 3 Bronze. And I moved into now, I'm in the Silver Division. I'm in Silver 5, but still, I moved the hell out of Bronze, and that's leaps and bounds for me. I have another feasible goal coming up, which is to get into Gold. So we'll see how far I can get in the month of March. And I want to thank everybody for watching these videos. I'm having a blast doing it. Subscribe. And follow me on my Twitch channel if you want to see me do some commentary, helpful tips and stuff as I'm moving up in these other matches that I'm doing. But again, thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you again, episode 3, and in hell. Cheers.